Well, good morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday. How y'all be? If you're watching the replay, go ahead and say hashtag replay. And let's see if this Wi-Fi wants to love me today. So my sweet little daughter had a bad dream last night, and she came and knocked on my door at 2 a.m. and slept on my floor beside me. And come to find out, my eldest, apparently she was so scared, she woke him up to even walk her down the stairs to mommy's room. So we're all a little, underslept. But as I was just, tossing and turning and trying to get back to sleep since I was woken out of a dead sleep, I was just thinking about the day ahead. And, it's so interesting because, I think it was Monday night, I posted something about I never do this. And I don't, you guys, I just don't ask for help. And, we'll dive into why that is. I don't know if that's because I'm super independent or have always just been self-sufficient, or I just know things will work out how they're supposed to work out, right? But I'm very much pro dreams and ambitions. I think that a lot of the times we do live very mundane, and we aren't very strategic and goal-oriented. And I think ambitions and dreams are good as long as the one who wired you that way is the one who has your desire. As long as the one who wired you that way is your desire, and your desires, ambitions, goals don't have you. And it's interesting because you don't just get a goal overnight. It didn't just happen Monday, right? And last week I was just pondering, kind of what was on the horizon and what, is coming to fruition. I trust it's not there, but I just am trusting the dots will connect however he wishes. And I just came to this place where I was like, you know what? You know what I want. You know what I'm working for. But God, it's nothing if I don't have you. You're who I want. And, I'm reading, you guys, I feel like since I graduated 4 years of Kaneo, I'm like a reading machine. So I'm in the middle of 2 books right now. In my quiet mornings, I do The Flow and Timings of God. I'm almost done with it by Robert Liardon. I'll probably finish tomorrow or Friday. And then at my pool time, I'm actually reading The Fear of the Lord with Audible in my ear and then the book in front of me. And listen to what I came across yesterday at the pool. You guys, listen to this. It says, some may question, let me hold this up and hopefully the Wi-Fi loves me. Some may question, doesn't my love for God keep me from sin? Yes, but how extensive can this love be when you lack the fear of him? This is the author is John Bevere, great author, speaker. When I visited Jim Bakker in prison, he shared with me how the heat of prison had caused him to experience a complete change of heart. He experienced Jesus as the master for the first time. He shared how he had lost his family, ministry, everything he owned, and then found Jesus. Now, friends, I'm not going to claim I know much about Jim Bakker, but I remember when I was under Dr. Robert Liardon in year 3 Kaneo, and he mentioned Jim Bakker and his experience with him personally, and a little bit about his massive ministry, and then it all literally crumbling because he didn't kill his flesh. He didn't. So listen to this. He shared how he had lost his family, ministry, and everything he owned, and then found Jesus. And then, I'm sorry, big old ministry, but he had to lose it to find Jesus? Keep going. I remember his words distinctly. John, I got to switch hands. I'm going numb. Hold on. Oh, and I just lost my page. Wi-Fi, stay with me. This is good. Hold on. Getting back to the page. Do I have a camera crew yet? Just kidding. Okay. I remember his words distinctly. John, this prison is not God's judgment on my life, but his mercy. I believe if I had continued on the path I was on, I would have ended up in hell. Then Jim Bakker shared this warning for all of us. John, I always loved Jesus, yet he was not my Lord, and there are millions of Americans just like me. Jim loved the image of Jesus that had been revealed to him. His love had been immature, for it lacked the fear of the Lord. Today, Jim Bakker is a man who fears God. I read that and I was like, this man had a full-blown, massive ministry. And he loved Jesus. Maybe he loved the thought of Jesus, but he didn't have the actual fear of Yahweh. And so today, I want you to ask the one true living God to reveal himself in a way that is new to you, that is fresh to you. Because friends, we can only be in awe of him at the magnitude that we know him. Truly. We can only be in awe of who he is at the magnitude of which we know him. And so may we wake up every day in a pursuit to know him, with a determination to make sure that we have crucified our flesh, and not just crucified it, but buried it 6 feet under. Because a dead man doesn't have a reputation to keep. A dead man can't get offended. A dead man can't be upset if you said one thing and meaning somebody said something and didn't follow through with it. Listen, you be a person who is good for it. Say what you mean what you say, follow through. But a dead man can't be mad when somebody else doesn't do that. A dead man can't be let down. A dead man doesn't have expectations. A dead man isn't owed anything. And let me just tell you, it's real hard to be dead. It's real hard to be dead. But my current prayer is that I would crucify me, because truly the ones who have crucified the flesh and buried it and are a yielded vessel to the one true living God, that is what shifts atmospheres. That is what shifts cities, regions, states, nations, all for his glory.